So welcome everyone to the second session on business analytics. I have already discussed about data analytics and business analytics, and we are trying to work on business intelligence tool called Tableau in order to analyze the data. So when it comes to analysis, so Tableau is one of the framework which help you in analysis. We doesn't matter you are data scientist or business intelligence developer or you are analyst. So Tableau as a powerful market leading data visualization tool, it always help you. It basically work on drag and drop approach. So it help you to work on the data and it's very easy. If you have gone through my recording of the class or if you have gone through yesterday class, you would have understood that Tableau as such is very easy platform to work on. Okay, so I'll just quickly will discuss how will you install the Tableau. So again, I'll just revise you the concept that when you're actually working on Tableau, you can work on Tableau desktop version or public version. So this is what you can see right now is a public version. It have limited feature. You cannot save the work if when you are working on Tableau public. If you are able to save the work on Tableau desktop, which is the other version, your work will save with the extension .twbx. So please remember the extension like Excel file, whatever Excel file we work on, when Excel file, it's save in .xlsx format. Similarly, Word file .docx. So like the same way, the Tableau workbook, whatever you work on, that will save in .tbwx format. Okay, so that you can remember. So here you can work with multiple connectors. Okay, so when you work on Tableau desktop, in case if you have installed Tableau desktop, you can open it. So our only thing is that you can only use it for 14 days. After that, you have to pay $70 per month per user. So here we are working on Tableau public only. So you can simply click on to the file, and this already I discussed. So by default, whenever you install Tableau, by default, a set of workbook will be installed in your system. That is a sample superstore workbook. Okay, that workbook have three sheet: order, people, and return. People and return does not have any data. What is relevant for us is order. So I just drag the order into the drag table, and then I can see my data type. I can see the preview of the data what I have taken from the Excel. Like as a connector, it build a connection between the Excel and the Tableau. Okay, you can see the name workbook sample superstore and the worksheet is order worksheet. It have field here means column. So the column of Excel here it represented with the term called field. So it have 21 field and 10,194 rows. So the same Excel workbook, if you go to your documents, if you go to your documents, so if you go to your document, in document, you can go to my Tableau repository. Okay, and then you can go to data source. And then when you open, you can find the sample superstore wheel. So this is the workbook we'll work on. So for a training purpose, any part of the world, if you go through training on Tableau, everyone in the world will teach you on sample superstore. That this workbook they will give you for your practice purpose only. Okay, so this way you can connect the Excel workbook with the Tableau workbook. Okay, I hope everyone understood this part. If you have any doubt, please ask me. I'm just closing this again. So if I want to install Tableau desktop, the Tableau desktop, if you're working, you can only work for the limited time period. Okay, so you can go to the website called www dot, you can go to tableau.com support release. And if you go to this website, okay, so here you can see the view the current version of Tableau 2023.3. You can just click there and then it will ask you to give some detail. You can give some detail about yourself. So I'll try to give my detail, but already I have installed Tableau in the past. I really don't think so that it will allow me to again. But even then, I'm just putting some information. So you can, so once you've done that, you'll get a mail. You can go and check your Gmail. You'll get a mail. So just then you can download it. So because I'm working on Windows, so I'll downloading 64-bit. So you can see the space right now, it's occupying 573 MB. So more updated version, if you install, it will occupy more space. For Mac system, you have a separate link. You can use that. So now you can see the downloading part has already started. Okay, you can see that. We'll wait for that downloading to happen. So I hope you have already installed Tableau. Here, a public version. Here I'm showing you how you can install the desktop version. Okay, the only thing, good thing about desktop version is that you can work live with the data, and live, if you make any change in the Excel workbook, if you refresh the data here in Tableau, the same thing, the data will get refreshed and you work on real time basis and you can save the workbook. So there you can see something called live and extract form. There you can easily understand the difference between desktop and public version. You can install this in your system. Okay, so because for this training period, it would be well and good if you're working on desktop instead of public. Again, impossible in future, you can try to log in with another email ID and phone number, see if it work. So that you can do. Okay, otherwise public version is always there. But again, public version have limited feature. You cannot save the workbook. So here the lot of connectors are there. We'll possibly work with one of the connector called Excel workbook. Okay, everyone. I hope by this much nobody have any doubt. Clear, everyone? Okay. So I come to sheet one. So once you're done with that, here in sheet one, I'll just give some name of this column chart. So first I'll talk about column chart. So Tableau is much more better version of Excel pivot table. If you know about Excel pivot table, well and good. So much more refined and much more, what you say, better tool for visualization is Tableau than over MS Excel. Although you'll find a lot of similarity between Tableau and MS Excel, Tableau and Power BI, Tableau and Power BI and Excel. But here, these are basically data visualization tool. So you remember the concept of statistics, what you have gone through, more or less the similar thing we are using here. So far, anybody have any doubt? Please ask me. Any doubt, guys? So the Excel workbook, which I have opened here, is a sample superstore workbook. If you have any question, any doubt, please ask me. You can use chat option. No need to switch on your videos and all. Please don't do that. Just focus on the class. Okay. Tabs below. Tabs below. Okay. Tab. This is the data source tab. Okay. This is the data source tab where you connected your data with the Tableau. Then you, like in Excel, no, when you open Excel, you have different sheets. Okay. So like the same way here, you have different sheets, different sheets. Okay. So one by one, we'll try to work on each sheet. So yeah. So like the way, if you know about Excel, you can open infinite sheets and then you can work with them. Like the same way here, I can open as many sheets as I want. You can work on dashboard, you can work on stories. So as you go further and learn more about Tableaus, so then possibly it's very important that you should develop an understanding about dashboard and stories and how you can customize your data. Basically, data visualization tool are more popular for their dashboards version, where you can work on a lot of filters and personalize or customize the data. Okay, so here we'll not go more into deep into dashboard possibly right now. So here I'm going to talk about the basic form of the data. You should understand this data first of all. So here, if you try to understand this data, let me just delete the sheet. So if you try to understand the data, so it have lot of columns, 21 columns are there. Please remember, understand this data. It have around 10,194 rows are there. Okay, if you want, you can, for analysis purpose, what you can do, you can just convert this data, try to summarize or work on the data in the form of pivot table. So, okay, so now I got the pivot table. So here in this data, how, like you can see order ID. So how many order IDs are there? So around 10,194 order IDs are there. Then you have order date. So you want to know about order date, how many order dates are there. So you can come here and click on order date. If I click on order date, you can see how many years it's showing. It's showing you uh, 2020, 21, 22, 23. So basically 4 year data we have. So that I understood. Okay, then ship date. So ship date also similar thing. So 4 year data is there. Then ship mode, just pick. If I see the ship mode, if I see the ship mode, why these the data are coming? It should not come because I have unticked them. So if I see the ship mode, I get the knowledge about them. So you can, if you want graph only, you can click on pivot chart. If you want table format data only, you can click on pivot table. Okay, you can click on pivot table. If you want table and graph together, like here, this is a pivot table, you can do that. So if I click on pivot table, then I can only work on the data in the numerical form. But here I want both. So I just clicked on pivot table and pivot chart and just press OK. And then if I see here ship mode, if I click here ship mode, so I get four set of data like first class, same day, second class, standard class. So if possible, you can make a note and already the same Excel workbook is being shared with you. You can check the same thing there. Okay, you can just go through these data, try to understand by yourself customer ID, how many customer IDs are there. So you can just go through this control shift down arrow. So I can see around 800 core customer ID data I have. What about customer name? So how many customer names are there? I can ask you this kind of question. So how many customer names are there? So 800 customer names are there. Either you can work on Excel like this way, or if you go to Tableau, here if I click on customer name, drag it under the row. Okay, so they're telling that only this many members they can show, but the total members are more. So you want to see all the data. So I said yes. So here you can see 800 rows by one column. So one columns are there in which 800 rows are there. So you can see. So working on Tableau is easy. So if I wanted to see order date, I just drag it here. I got the order date. If I wanted to see customer name, I drag it here. I got the customer name. So it's easy, right? So the same thing, if you work on Excel, it looks difficult. If I drag the category in the row, I can see three categories are there. So then if I want to see the customer ID, postal code, I just need to drag it here. I'll get all the data of the postal code. Okay, I can see the sales, whatever. Easy, right? So product name, drag over here. So you can see all the product name. So how many product names are there? 1849 product names are there. Okay, so I can give you some in exam, or if you go for some kind of interview where, so they might give you a lot of data. Okay, 10,000s of data can be there. And then they can ask you random questions like this. So you can easily see them. Okay, I hope you can easily work like this. Region wise, see the four regions. Try to understand this data segment. How many segments are there? Three segments are there. Ship mode, state, province, subcategory. So like suppose if I want to draw a column graph, between subcategory. Like basically, whatever you are seeing right now, they have qualitative data. Okay, those qualitative data are called dimensions. In the language of Tableau, all the qualitative data we called as a dimension. Then you can see mathematical data. Those mathematical data we called as a measures. So will you remember this? So in Tableau, when you're working on, so either your data is their grouping of the data. Okay, so when you group the data, the first step in statistics is the collection of the data. The second step is the grouping or classification or organization of the data. So in statistics you studied here, basically those groupings we put at them under two part: dimension and measures. Okay, dimension have all qualitative data and measures have all quantitative data. So here when you see the measure, here you can see measure name. If you try to see the measure, here we don't have much feature of measures. We have discount, profit, quantity, sales, latitude, longitude, order, measure values. You can see them. So we have limited measures, but we have lot of dimensions here. You can see customer, order ID, the country, region, customer name, postal code, product name. These are what? These are the column names. If you understand here, these are the name of the columns. So these column contain lot of data. So when you actually work on Excel, so you need to struggle a lot. Okay. So if imagine if you are working on Excel, if I want to know Darren Power, okay, in consumer segment, what is the profit? Suppose I want to know for the customer Darren Power, okay, in consumer segment, what is the profit? Okay, so here what I need to do, if I'm working on Excel, I'll just remove select all. I'll just go here and I search for Darren Power. So there's so many customer names are there. Okay, so I'll go and search for Darren Power. In Excel it might be time consuming. Okay, manually you have to search everything. Okay, you can write some kind of function. So Darren Power. So you need to click. So here by using filter, I hope everyone knows filter. So for the Darren Power segment, what was the segment? Okay, all a consumer segment only. I want to know the profit. So here I'll got the profit data. Here I'll get the profit data. So these are the profit values. So manually, either you just do Control Shift down arrow and you can see the value here. So this is around 2,41,000 something or 241.4524. Or either you can come here and here what you can do, you can just see. I don't want to see for all the customer. Here you can see for the Darren Power filter. If you want to apply the filter, 1 minute, go and just see Darren Power. So I'll search for the Darren Power. You can use filter or here I'll write DAR. The spelling, I hope I'm correct. Yeah. So remove select all and Darren, I can see Darren Power. I clicked on Darren Power. Then, okay, then what I'll do, I wanted to know Darren Power segment, what segment I want. So consumer segment. What I want for the consumer segment, I wanted to know the profit. So I wanted to know the profit. So this is the profit value, 241.4. The same thing. Okay, the same thing, guys. If you work on X Tableau, it would become much more easier for you. In case if you're working on Tableau. So here, if I just remove the customer name, I'll put the customer name in filter. So So here customer name if I put here, okay, then what I want segment, right? I want a consumer segment, right? Consumer segment. So here I'll go and search for segment. Where is the segment? Yeah, segment. I'll put under filter which segment you want, consumer. I clicked OK. And what you want? You want profit data. I'll put profit under text. So here, like for the customer name also I could have put in filter, but Tableau is not able to process lot of data because We are using public version. So you can understand public version have limited features only. So you can see Darren power, ways Darren power. You can see it value. I hope you understood this. So just a way, I just shown you one of the example. Okay, I just shown the example. Okay, or while working on Tableau, if you are working on Tableau. So just one of the form I have shown you. I hope you understood this. So possibly whatever you can work with pivot table of Excel, the same thing you can do with Tableau. So Tableau become much more, what you say, powerful when you work for visualization purpose. Here I shown you some kind of data analysis work where you don't find Tableau very much interesting. For that, possibly Excel would be much more better a form of working. But when it comes to visualization, like imagine I want to see the graph between subcategory and maybe subcategory and sales. So subcategory is a dimension and sales, what is sales? Sales is a measure. So if you want to see a graph between them, so it's very easy. Like, so you can use control W. So you can get a column wise, row wise. You'll get a graph here like this way. Now you want to see the value here. What is the value here? So just drag the sales over the level. Can you see here level? There you can see the value on the top. You want to change the color, you can change the color for this. Clear everyone? Any doubt, anyone? Please ask me if you have any question. Yeah, Arvind, like when pull the data over there, possibly I think depending on the version to version, they have limited form like of visualization purpose. So they are showing that we can show you at least like around 1,000 data and all. So do you want to see only 1,000 data? You want to see more than 1,000 data? Maybe the row contain more than 1,000 values. So that time they'll ask you, and then you once you press OK, it will work. I'll just show you here. So suppose maybe customer name, I drag it here, row. So here I can see all the customer name, maybe product name or something, which product name, if I drag it here. So see, they are asking me the field being added may contain 2094 member and the recommended maximum for this self is 1,000 only. So what do you want me to do? So I said add all member. So it have added all the member. Clear now? I hope I have given you the answer. So like the way in Excel, you give name to the sheet and work, like the same way you can do it here. Okay, if you press Control W or if you just click here, you can convert the row into column, column into row. I hope this part is clear. Nobody have any doubt. How you can download public version? Yeah. So you can just go to that here and write www dot, okay, public dot tableau dot com slash s, okay, orange, download tableau public. Just sign. You need to sign in here. You have to give all your details and then you can download it. Okay, first you need to register. So just create ID, password and all. I think it's not accepting my password and all. I need to change my password. You can do that work. Clear, right? Download the app. Just download Tableau Public. If I do that, it will download. Fine. Na? So here the desktop version is being downloaded, although it will not open in my system to show you because it will not allow me this much. Then you just click here and then click here and click on install. So desktop version, if you're installing, you will get a limited time period of 14 days. Fine, everyone. You can even sort this data. You have this option of sorting the data. You can see sort ascending wise, sort descending wise. So you can very easily, you can sort the data. Okay, if you want to remove the sort, just go ahead and click here, click on sort here, and then clear. Once you clear, your sorting version got over. Done, everyone. So you can just play around this, fit width, fit height, higher view, all that you can do by yourself. Fine, right? So this is the desktop version is opening. Fine, till here nobody have any doubt. You can give the sheet name. Okay. Then like see like the if I want to see subcategory and profit, so I can drag here subcategory profit here. So I can see the graph between subcategory and profit. The different subcategories are there. This is the profit data. You want to sort the data, you can use sorting option. Okay, you can sort the data. You want to remove the sort, you can click here, clear sort. The short part is done. So subcategory, my qualitative form is subcategory. How many subcategories are there? I can, yeah, I can see that these many names of subcategories are there. And these are what? These are not profit data, na? See, because here the profit is negative, right? So it shows positive value, right? So this is not actually a profit data. Be careful. So drag the sales from here and put profit under level. Now you can see because these are negative. Should we show negative value? Done, everyone. Anyone have any question? Please ask me. I hope parallelly you people are also doing. So here it will show you if you when you install the desktop version of Tableau, start trial now. Use Tableau for 14 days without restriction. So I clicked here. Let's see if it allow me. The registration completed. So I don't know how it happened. So they're allowing me to work on desktop version. So see how desktop version is different from the public version. You can see the difference. You can see the connectors, how many connectors are there. You can see around 71 connectors you can see here. An additional 30 connectors are there. Okay, so when you work on public version of Tableau, it have very limited feature. Here I just clicked on Excel and I just again pull my data. It has pulled my data. I drag the order here. Now see the difference. In desktop, you can see something called connection, live and extract. Live means so it's actually connected with the Excel file lively. So here, if I make any changes in Excel, If I just refresh here also the same changes will happen. That is the advantage of working on desktop. Now here, if I come here, if I click on column chart, if I click on column chart, and the same thing if I work here, subcategory, if I drag here, I can see the subcategory. Now if I see the profit here, so I got the graph between subcategory and profit. I change the color. Okay, and then I drag the profit under level so I can see the value here. Okay, you already we worked on, right? Shorting and all already I explained you. Already explained you control W. Okay, with control W, row to column, column to row, or you can do manually. Subcategory bring under row and profit drag it under column. Okay, against profit drag it under row and subcategory under column. It's up to you. So you can do like this way. Okay. Now I want to see profit and sales together. So again, drag the sales under row. So now you can see, guys, profit and sales together. But one thing if you noticed, the value what is showing, it's showing what values? These are profit value only, no? 41,937 is the profit, while the sales is 1,67,380. I hope you are getting me. So these values, what you're seeing in the sale is actually not sales value. So what you do, guys, here two graph is there. Okay, one is subcategory profit graph. The another one is subcategory sales graph. So I want to correct the value of subcategory sales graph. So what I'll do, I just click here. So I can get subcategory sales graph. How will you understand this? See this, I can change this, the graph change. Now it become line graph. I hope you're getting. You can change the color of this if you want. I hope you're getting this part. Okay. Now what I want, I don't want here, this is subcategory sales graph. So here I want sales value visible. So drag the sales on the level. You want, you can short this data. Just click here. The data got shorted. Clear everyone? Whatever work I have done, I can save my work. I'll go to file. I'll go to save as. The saving part you cannot do when it comes to public version. So I'll go to documents. I'll go to documents. If I go to, where should I save this file? My Tableau repository, workbook. If I go, okay, fine. So here I'll go. When you save it .tbwx. Okay, and save. So this okay. So I just give a name, maybe 27th October. I can just give a name and I clicked on save. So my work is being saved, and whatever work you save, it save whenever you're saving the work, it will save in .tbwx format. Please, again, I'm telling you, remember these things, because when you actually write some exam on Tableau, maybe Tableau desktop architect or something, there they'll ask you these kind of questions. You'll have objective type exam. So you should remember the basic features, basic parameters. Anyone, any question, please ask me. Questions? Okay, now if I want to save this work, I can save this work on Tableau public form. So for that, I need to go to data source, change your connection from live to extract. So now means it become offline. Earlier it was online. I hope you're getting, now it become offline. Come here. Okay, then can you see this share option? Click on share option here in server. You have to write HTTPS, then public dot tableau dot com, and then you click on connect. So around, so you'll get a lot of space in Tableau public. Whatever work you're doing on desktop, you can actually save your work. My password, I'm not sure about my password. Just trying to log in here. So you can see the workbook name. I clicked on save. So anyone can see your work in Tableau public. So there is no any separate space for you. So 27th October, Amit Kumar Singh. This is column graph. This is my personal space, what they have given me. So whatever work I'm doing, I can save this work. This is published, updated. I hope you understood this. So whatever work you're doing on desktop, you can just keep, either you can just save this in you with yourself in your system, or if you want in cloud, so they'll give you cloud space to do that. You can do that. I hope this idea is pretty much clear with everyone. Clear everyone? Please ask question if you have any question. Profit is negative only, na, Arvind. So for certain subcategories, they have negative profit value. Here I'll show you subcategory under row and profit under text. You can see there are some subcategories. What are those subcategories which have negative profit? You can see table is having negative profit, supplies is having negative profit. You can see this part. And bookcase negative, so they have negative value. The bookcase is negative. Supply is negative, table is negative. Okay, clear everyone? Sales was showing negative when sorted. No, maybe you're getting confused. Those which you can see negative means those values, incorrect values are pasted there. Please understand. I'll show you again what has actually happened. Wait, I'll show you again. See, this was subcategory. And then what you did, you drag the profit here. So the column graph is formed between subcategory and the profit. Then I drag the profit on the level. So I can see all the profit value here. Now I want one more column graph between subcategory and sales. Again, I drag the sales here. So now I got the two column graph. But here this is a problem. What is the problem, guys? If you noticed here under level, I have just put only say profit here. So level will show all the numerical value. So these numerical value, what you're seeing now, these all are profit numbers. These are not sales number. Here, if you notice, the bottom column graph is of sales, but it's showing the value called minus 17,770, what, 753. Actually, the sale should be 2,08,020. I hope you're getting it. So what I told you, click here. Okay, now you have opened the bottom graph. If you click here, now this is top graph. How will you get to know? See, I'm changing the color. You can see this. I hope you got the logic. So here, just click on the bottom graph. And here what I'm telling, drag the profit out from here and drag the sales into the level. Clear now, everyone? I just did, Arvind. If you want, I can see again. Again, I'm doing. So what I did first, suppose subcategory and profit. So this is the thing. You want the numerical value on the profit. So what I did, I dragged the profit on the level. Okay. Now I want a graph, one more graph between subcategory and sales. So I drag the sales on the row. So now I got subcategory and sales graph also. But the numerical value, what you're seeing at the top, these are not sales value. These are actually profit value. Please understand, because here in level, you have only one data to visible, that is profit. So what I'm telling you, just come to the bottom graph. How will you, this is the bottom graph. Can you see this? Now in this bottom graph, drag the profit out and put the sales under level. Clear na everyone? No problem. And this thing happens. You guys are doing it first time. So every time you can change the name of the graph. Okay, you can do that. You can click on under the worksheet. You can click on caption. Here you can write some detail about this graph. Some information, like in PowerPoint, you have notes right at the down. Like the same way you can give some kind of give some caption to this graph, what you are there, you can do that. When we short, it does both the graph. Yeah, so it will, like, suppose if I short the profit one, so both the parallelly both will change together. Like the same way the filters and all, like the way we do in Excel also. If you short maybe alphabet wise, you want to short, so everything will get short. Like the same way here also, everything will, if I short the sales, so profit also gets shorted. Not like sales I sorted in descending order. So sales got sorted descending order. Profit did not sorted descending order. But for the chair, I hope you are getting the logic right. For x-axis, if you understand little bit maths, for the x-axis you have chair, and for the chair has a maximum sales because you shorted the sales. So parallelly, I hope you are getting it. Simultaneously, the profit data of that, what do you say, chair will be shown to you. It doesn't matter. It's more or less or positive, negative, doesn't matter. I hope you are getting the logic. So here profit, here I sorted the profit and from smaller to larger. Okay, the lowest profit is of table, but table has very high sales. You can see 2,08,000. Okay, it does not have minimum sales. Minimum sales is of maybe this faster or something. I hope you are getting the logic. Fine, everyone. Anyone have any question? Ask me. So all the work what you are doing, you can save your work. Go to file, under file, go to save as, and then you can choose the location where you want to save. And when you're saving, save with .twbx. Clear now, everyone? Can I go ahead? So So Arvind is saying, so from this we can understand that we sold, yeah, you sold around table worth of sales value. It can be numerical, or sales is most probably numerical only. So because many people confuse between sales and revenue. So if you multiply sales with your price of one unit, you get the revenue. So yeah, you sold around 2,08,020 tables, but you made a loss. So the lot of, I hope you understand the account statement of the firm. So here the when you're talking about the profit and loss are very subjective word. So when it comes to profit or loss, you should understand the terms like gross profit, operating profit, net profit. If I'm saying that I'm getting a profit of something, so next question should come in your mind, that which profit are you talking about? If you're talking about only gross profit, So there I'm only including direct cost. If you're talking about operating profit, then I'm just including direct and indirect cost. If you're talking net profit, then you include your cost plus your debt. If you've taken any debt, if you paid interest on that debt, all that consideration. So it again, if you're saying net profit also, again, it is subjective in nature because in accounts we follow going concern concept and all. So it's work on accrual basis, either neither on cash on based basis. I hope you know about credit sales and all. Yeah, I hope you understood this and all. So I'm not gonna teach you accounts and all here. Already you have studied in your first and second semester. Clear, right, everyone? So I'll go ahead. I'll just okay. So imagine if I just take a region. So let me again take, imagine if I take a region and if I take my sales under row, you know this, you can click on standard entire view. You can see this value, all this thing you know already. I don't like blue color. So let me just change that color with something. Okay, fine. Fine. So automatically column graph is coming. You want, you can make it line graph, whatever graph you want, area, circle, shape, all that. You are most welcome to do whatever you want. Clear, everyone? This much. Anybody have any doubt, ask me. Fine. So now what you can do, guys, suppose four regions are there. Four regions are there: east, west, north, south. You know how to work on sorting. You know how to convert row into column, column into row. All those things you have learned already. Now I just want to see maybe east region only data. So just click on east region and just click on keep only. If you clicked on keep only, then you can see only east region data here. Automatically that came under filter. You can see here. So here filter, it came under filter. I say clear filter. Everything came. So what actually happened, if I want to see only east region data, I don't want central, south or west. So either you can drag again region under filter and just click on west or east, whatever. And that data would be visible. Either this is the one way of doing. The other way of doing the same thing, if I clear the filter, clear filter, what other way I can do? Just whatever you want. Maybe I want south and west. So just click on south and press control, click on west. Okay, and click on keep only. Done, everyone. Anybody have any doubt? Ask me. Fine. So I just filter. Yeah, I clear the filter. Now either is two things here, keep only or exclude. So I don't want central data. I want east, south and west. So either you can click on keep only if you want to keep those data. If you want to remove certain data, so just click on the data which you want to remove. Just click on exclude. The data got removed. So now it have only east, south and west. North data is being excluded. This clear, everyone? Ask anybody have any question. Can you practice this on your system right now? I hope everyone have Tableau being installed in your system. So can you do that and let me know if you have any doubt? Any question, anyone? How to remove the filter? You can just click there and you just remove, clear that. You click everything or just drag the it from filter. Okay, like region, I put it here and I applied my filter. Okay, I applied my filter. So whatever it came, now I don't want filter. So either you click there and do clear filter, okay, or you just drag the it from there. Okay, everyone. Anyone, any question, any doubt? So you can use, go to worksheet and use caption. From there you can do that work. Okay, or like suppose uh for region, if I click on region here, okay, column graph, and then if I click on sales here, so I got different region sales graph. Okay, I drag the sales again under level. I can see their values. Now within each region, how many segments are there? So I think there are three segments are there, no? If I'm not wrong. So within each region, how many segments are there? So I just drag the segment under color. So now if I drag the segment again under level to see which are, what are the name of the segment, I get the value like this. So these are stacked column chart. If you know about column charts and all, this form is called stacked column chart. So four regions are there: east, west, north, south. Within each region, okay, what is the sales of each region? So what is the sales of each region? So sales of each region is this. You can see the sales of each region. Okay, so once you saw the sales of the region, what I want, along with the sales of each region, within each region, what is the contribution of different segment? So that also you can do. Like the same way you can do segment or pro customer, any form of stacked column chart, you can play around that. You can ask questions if you have any question. Fine, guys. Anyone, any question? So we'll do this much today. We'll discuss further concept in next class. If you have any question, please ask me. Ask questions if you have any questions. So I was discussing about stacked column chart. So what I was telling that when you work on stacked column chart, you can analyze multiple variable at the same time. Like you know about different regions are there. So different regions you want to see the profit, you can do that. Okay, so there are different regions are there and you wanted to see their profit, and you can see their profit, like, or you wanted to see their sales, you can do that. Okay, so but what I want, like, so for different regions, Once I got their sales value, okay, once I got their sales value, I put the sales under level. I put the sales under level. I wanted to see the contribution of different segment. Okay. So these are the sales value of different region. So I'm not satisfied by this. So I wanted to know this value. No, you got this value 5,03,171. I wanted to see what is the contribution of different segment for the central region. What is the contribution of consumer segment? Okay. Or just I'm giving you, you can consider any other parameter also, but please do not consider something having multiple, maybe don't consider a subcategory. Please understand, because it becomes too complicated, है ना? So you can, you get the answer, but it becomes very complicated. So because I know segment have only three segments are there, so that's why within each region I want to discuss about the segment. So I'll just drag the segment under color. So now you can see different segment, drag the segment under level, so you can see, yeah, what is the contribution of a different segment for each region. I hope you understood this. Clear, everyone? Okay, guys, I hope you have understood what we have done in this class. Please, if possible, please install desktop version of Tableau along with public version. So possibly you can save your work also. And in future also, like whatever work I'm doing, I have saved my work. Okay, so in further training process, whatever I teach, I try to save my work. So possibly that helped me. Like if I see, show you this workbook Tableau, graphs and charts. So all the different forms of graphs and charts, whichever I have worked on in the past. So I have saved them. So in tomorrow also, if, in case if I forget something, want to see them, I can do that. So that is the advantage of working on desktop version. You can save your work. And because you can save your work, so possibly you can refer that work in future also. So you can see this. Just different kind of, so that is the advantage what you get. So like this, whenever you save your work, you can refer them in future also. Public version, you cannot save your work. Okay, you, if you want, you can just publish the work. Okay, clear, everyone? Anyone, any question, any doubt? Thank you, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow. If you have any question, please ask me.